Hey, what's good, family? Welcome to the Hands Up Radio Show with your boy Trevone Perry. Today, I have the legends with me today, man. I am ecstatic and excited to have my brothers with me, man. The legendary group, Troop.
What's up?
We got a portion of them. The others are coming in a second. They gonna be here in a minute. So we hold it down the fort for them in due time, man. Go ahead at this time and introduce yourself and tell them what part you sang, all that good stuff.
I'm Alan McNeil, one of the lead singers.
And I'm Rodney B. Background, choreography, and I'm the founder of the group.
Yes, Come on in here, the founder. We need the founder to stand up.
All right. Hey, here we go. Look, I'm standing up, man.
That's what I'm talking about. Bro. Yo, listen. We know you guys come from some humble beginnings, man. Let's talk about where it all started from. How it all begun. Let's talk about that. Founding member.
Wow, man. Wow, great question.
There you go, Steve.
What up? Steve, man. Good thing you came in just in time. Rodney's breaking down the foundation of the group and how it all started. Tell us your name and what part you sang and all that stuff. So and put your number in the inbox for the girls to hit you up. Maybe I'm just messing with
you. I was recruited by Rodney B to be the first initial lead singer of the group.
Wow.
And John followed shortly thereafter. Me and John was in a dance crew together before, earlier. And I met Alan through one of my relatives. So John and Alan followed shortly thereafter. And that's how it finally became Five of a Kind.
Wow. Yep. Wow. Yep. See, history, baby. Yep. That's what I'm talking about.
And then there's another part that, everyone thinks that we just got together and formed a group. No, it was a Putting on the Hits group. I don't know if you remember that, man. It was a TV show called Putting on the Hits. We went on there
before my time.
Well, it was but you can find it. It was a lip sync.
I'll Google it. I'm gonna Google it.
Lip sync show. We went on there. It was myself, Reggie, the one that passed, and three other members. It wasn't Alan, John, and Steve. It was three other members, and we went on there. And after we went on there, we hooked up with a couple of people that wanted to mess with us, and it was time for me to go find the really singers, the guys that can really sing, which was Alan, Steve, and John. And then when I did that, man, Troop came about. We got to deal with Atlantic Records, and it just happened, man. It just happened just like that. It was a lot of work though, but it happened.
Of course. See, people don't want to. Let's talk about that side, the grind. I did because I love watching Unsung, and shows of that nature for many different reasons. You learn what to do and what not to do from watching those types of shows.
For sure.
And myself as a Billboard charting gospel artist and myself, I'm like, okay, that's a good plan. That's not a good plan. Okay, what may be working now may not work later, and you get to it's very informative. I watched you guys, Unsung as well, and I saw a lot of great things. And let's talk about those humble beginnings and what it was for you guys back then versus now. How did it all start? Where do you feel like it went wrong? Those type of things. And the redemption part, that here we are 30 something years later, and we never better, man. We better, we singing better, looking better. We just get better with time. Let's talk about all of those good things, because it's the before things that gets us where we are today. So I'm gonna leave the floor to y'all. Y'all do y'all thing.
Well, speaking on that, we have a TV series that's playing on Tubi right now called Tales of a Boy Band. Tales of,
Okay.
let me get it right. Tales of a Boy Band.
Oh yeah.
That my boy right here, Steve, produced. And,
Wow.
and we talk about, you know, the humble beginnings and the mistakes and the feelings. But I'm gonna let Steve break it down, being that he produced the film.
I love it.
He'd be the one to really speak on that.
Well, basically, you have 5 young guys right out of high school who had the audacity to believe that they could accomplish what they saw. New Edition, DeBarge, and the Ready for the World, all these people that they admired accomplishing. And right from the start, we came out the gate with #1 records back to back. We were produced by the late Joe Levert, Mark Gordon, and Eddie Levert Sr. with our first #1 record. Chucky
Mamacita.
Booker was, yes, Mamacita was the song. Chucky Booker produced our next big record. And we had a fabulous run of #1 top 10 records back to back to back. Superstardom right out the gate for us. We went on major tours. We toured with MC Hammer. We toured with Keith Sweat. I mean, everybody. We toured with everybody. We went around the world a couple times. And as we grew, we didn't realize that there was things, business and other things like that were influential in us and our business. Like, we didn't realize that certain business was in place for a reason.
Right.
You know, we didn't realize that certain things were in place and operating because of a certain arrangement or a certain relationship. You know what I mean?
Like most artists don't realize initially.
Right. We were most artists, right? And so, and just like most artists, once you get a #1 record, you feel like you're the sole source of this energy. You forget this whole engine around you that made this #1 record. You feel like you can get this at any whim. So anyway, in our case, we got bombarded by people who we were fans of, who became fans of ours and bombarded us with business and what this music business is about. This is what you do with this. Do you have this? Are you living like this? You guys, I looked it up. You guys have sold. You've generated 30 million records, but you still driving this. So we got bombarded with all of this kind of stuff at 19 and 20 years old, me 18. And it was overwhelming. So it confused the focus. You know, we weren't able to stay focused on our momentum. We started paying attention to those seeds planted. We started looking around and looking at what we're driving, looking at where we're living. And now we're looking at noise. Yes. Yeah. And now we're judging our own bubble. Now we're judging the hotels we're staying at. Now we're mad because we didn't realize this was done like this. We lost our focus. It's almost like your heart forgets to stop beating the way it's supposed to. Yeah. And it starts thinking about what the lungs are doing. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's what we did. We forgot to stop being the heartbeat. And we start worrying about how the kneecaps work and all that kind of shit. And it just messed us up. It threw us off of our momentum. And we got distracted. And it took a few years for us to get it back together. And by the time we got it back together, you had Boys to Men. Jodeci was out. So the whole energy had changed from where we were headed, where Boys to Men took what we were doing and headed to where Jodeci and all that changed the game. So it was just a wicked time for us energetically to fall off our own wagon and try to pull back that energy. It was just tough, man, you know. But by the grace of God, we happened to plant some records that were here to stay forever. So it gave us time to get our stuff together. I don't know if you cuss on your platform, but it gave us time to get our stuff together amongst ourselves to get back on our own train that we invented from the beginning. So now fortunately, here we are today in 2023, minus one of our loved ones, Reggie, rest in peace. We're here today experiencing how people say, I wish I knew now, or I wish I knew then what I know now. We're experiencing now what we know while we're living it. And we're able to capitalize off of that now, which is, to me, far more important than where we were at 19. Right now, it's so beneficial to us right now until it's amazing. So I appreciate the journey. I appreciate going through the mistakes and what you would call mistakes. I appreciate the lessons, because I turned into a great songwriter and producer. I turned into a great man and husband and father. There's so many things that I got a chance to experience rather than just being a dad handing out money. I was able to be hands-on, just like Alan and Rodney. We all became hands-on in our own journey. Yeah. And so now we can reap the benefits of being in alignment with ourselves, We can really win now.
Yeah. Wow. Listen, y'all got fans all over in the chat. We're live on Facebook as well. And young lady just wanted to shout her out real quick. She's loving y'all. Sonia from upstate New York. She said y'all are her favorite group.
Tell her we love her back.
We love you, Sonia.
Yeah, they hear you, Sonia. I had to do that for you, girl. I did that for you. So like you just said, and it's funny because before this whole thing got kicked off, me and Rodney was just chopping it up about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
The reason why so many fell by the wayside so early, and unfortunately, because they were looking at the wrong things and not the longevity. Because had they thought the brighter side of things, some could have continued. But everybody's looking at it. Comparison is the thief of joy. Never compare yourself to what somebody else is doing. Yeah. Because you don't know what it's taking for them to be there. Okay? And I'll say this. And I'll say this because I'm talking artistry talk, because no matter what field you're in, gospel, rap, I mean, it's all the same thing. It's an industry part of it, and the gospel industry side has nothing to do with the ministry side. Right. So when it's business, it's business. You know what I'm saying? When we was back in, I'm just probably just a tad younger than you guys. You guys, y'all look like y'all around my same age. I'm 37. Y'all look like y'all about 34. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, because I can only say I know better because I grew up listening to True. You know what I mean? So I only know y'all older than me because of that. But the point is, when you start looking at what you think you should have opposed to, and then what like you said, you don't even understand how this thing is really running. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I'm gonna say some things without saying it. How people getting played on radio, how people getting these type of shows, how people getting played. When you understand how all that, you're like, oh, so I sing better than so and so. You ain't got so and so connections.
Yeah, you ain't got. We know
you do. We know you do. We know you deserve to be up there with everybody else who's out there who was running in y'all. We know that. We know that.
Right.
But perception is everything, because your audience is looking at it like y'all should be, and that's how we get messed up, trying to feed into that as opposed to just doing the hard work and saying, you know what, I may not have the connections that I need, I may not have but I'm gonna keep working until I get that. That's what we didn't understand, unfortunately, some of us, when we started off, as opposed to what we do now.
Right.
And sometimes you might have people that's close to you that really might not be telling you nothing wrong. Some of the things that we were being told on the outside were true, but like Steve was saying, losing focus. You just don't change hands in the middle of a 2-year contract.
Yeah,
you just we didn't have
in the middle of #1 records, Al.
In the middle of #1 records being released and hundreds of thousands of dollars being spent on a project, because we find out there's a money discrepancy that might be a real discrepancy.
It's fine,
but that's fine. But we could have, knowing more, we could have handled it differently.
Differently or whatever.
And that's what those are the decisions that hindered some progress.
Yeah. Well, once again, like I said, it's the four things that gets us where we are today. And you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
And and back in the day, you guys came from an era where there was artist development, and things that day is gone. Labels are looking to partner with people who already got a following, who already got something going on, possibly coming in with their own bag. And I mean, heck, that's the way you should want it anyway, because we all knows what happens when we're operating solely off of their bag. You know what I'm saying? And they get to dictate to how far we go. So in those times when let's talk about those deals. Did you get those 360 specials? Like what happened with it?
No, we were before that. We were fortunate enough.
Praise God.
We were fortunate enough to be in a situation where if we just kept focused a little longer, we could have accomplished everything that we wanted financially. We weren't in a situation where the label was taking everything from you. You did a contract. Your percentage is this. Your production company's percentage is this. It's just, we were supposed to work the system from where we were. We didn't realize the power that we had. We felt from all the outside influence, it made us feel like we were losing some type of power when we were the heartbeat. All we had to do was continue to do us, and everything would fall into place for us like that. But hey, red pill, blue pill. I
got you. That's a good way of putting it.
Either one, bro.
I'll take the real one.
I'll take it. I'll take it, man.
Listen, I mean, what you saying is this is golden, and if you have information that you would give to these up and coming artists today on what to do versus what not to do. I mean, let's start here. What do you feel about where music is at today? I mean, we all know it's different from when the 90s, but in the 80s. But what do y'all feel about what's out here today? Is it somebody that y'all listening to and vibing to? Like, who is Troop listening to and rocking with?
There's a lot of artists that I like. Music evolves and changes. I mean, that's just the way that it is. Music is not the same when we did it. It was the same when we were listening to it when we were young. So I like it. There's a lack of love in it.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sure that's gonna come back. I'm sure we're just in an era.
Y'all bringing it back.
We're bringing it back. That's right.
I'm sure it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back around where some young group that you can't call old or dated are gonna come back out singing love songs and change everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a lot of artists. Lucky Day, her. I mean, Jasmine Sullivan. I mean, it's just so many artists. Raheem Devine. There's a lot of artists that are good and doing really good music, but that's just not the focus and energy of music today. So they're not on the front. They're not in the front seat. So they just got, we just got to wait our turn. We just released a brand new single called Lady of My Life. We're definitely ushering R&B back with that. So
I want to take it there, being that you brought that up. You guys had a rendition of the Jackson 5, All I Do is Think of You. I just found out that was, what's funny? I'm going to tell you something that's totally, totally funny. And it's crazy. First of all, this is a surreal moment because, as a kid, young kid, I'm, growing up, hearing Spread My Wings, hearing those songs on the radio, hearing, watching you guys videos on MTV, all that stuff. And here I am interviewing you guys one day. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, whoa, that's a full circle moment.
Yes.
On top of that, that's awesome. And what's crazy is before I got the call to say, hey, Troop is coming with some new stuff, I'm like, what? Yo, that's crazy. Because I just, maybe about a few weeks ago, saw, what age was you? I don't know if y'all saw this on TikTok. Somebody posted it. What age were you when you found out that this was not Troop's song? And I was like, yo, I never knew that wasn't there so originally. And everybody was like thousands, hundreds of thousands of comments on it, like, oh my God, y'all just ruined my childhood. And then I get a call. And to be honest, I didn't even think about that till just now. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. I just saw this clip. And then I get a call to say, yo, Troop. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So basically, one of the songs, I know that's not the song that started it for you, but one of your biggest hits, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's one of my favorites, you know what I'm saying? One of your biggest joints. To now bring it back to another Michael Jackson joint. Yeah. Was that like done? Was that done, you know?
I swear we're not playing in this. I swear
we're not playing in this.
No, we're not playing in this. It's man,
it's crazy.
It's magical. It's
that is.
It's man. I mean, you know, the download comes down and hits certain people, and then we have such an amazing producer in the group. You know, Steve.
Who's that guy?
But
who's that guy?
Once he gets a hold of it. And the way he pairs it with the talent, the individual talent of the guys, and we do these records, they just come out amazing. But no, we're not planning. Man, we got another one. We got another one coming behind Lady of My Life. We did So in Love. And and
Leroy Hudson.
And it's not planned. There happened to be some good records that, you know, fell in our lap that we felt passionate about doing. You know,
but let me tell you about that. That's so dope, because when you can do it to the point where everybody think it's your joint, you did something. I mean, we all know Luther was infamous for it.
I was just going to say we Luthered it. I was just going to
say infamous. I mean, heck, I love his version so much better. That's the version I'm going to listen to.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
we did that with All I Do.
That's the version. If I'm thinking of that joint, I mean, I love the Jackson, but I'm going to the Troop version. That's because that's my childhood. It takes me back to being that little boy in the back of the car in the Oldsmobile, listening to that while you driving. You know what I mean? They was bumping that joint 24/7. You know what I mean? Every hour on the hour that song was playing.
And you know what?
We're still playing that joint.
Still,
we also did it with a Sweet November too.
Wow.
Yes, Rodney. Yes.
I keep forgetting about that. We did the deal. Sure did.
Number one song.
That was a number one record too.
Wow.
That was our last number one.
How many
record.
number ones?
2,
4 or 5.
4.
And all together about 10 top 10 records.
Well, all I do is think of you.
Yeah, that was number one for a few
Spread My Wings.
Spread My Wings.
Spread My Wings for a few weeks.
November.
Yeah, and Mamacita.
Of course.
Mamacita. Okay, that went number one. Then we had our top 5. Whatever it takes to make you
Souped.
I'm not souped.
My heart.
Still in Love was top 20.
Okay, Still in Love, top 20 Billboard.
What about That's My Attitude?
And That's My Attitude.
That was top 10.
That's top 10.
I keep forgetting about that.
Come on, give me one more. And then we And Whatever It Takes, top 10. No, that was in there already. We got that in there already. But we had some silent hits too, like Deepa.
Young Girl.
Girls. Audacity.
Still in Love.
Stay Still in Love.
Yeah.
Now, how did that work when y'all did the Michael Jackson record? Did Mike hit y'all up and say, "Hey, man, we gonna have"?
But his brothers did.
Oh snap! Which one?
They were happy though. They were all.
They were happy. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. And so with Gerald Levert, man, the great Gerald Levert, how was that? How did that all connect?
It's a dream. Through Atlantic Records, Sylvia Rome put that up. She was trying to develop us. We didn't really have a sound or anything, and so she enlisted Gerald and Chucky Booker to do the job for her, and Gerald took it head on, man. and cracked us with a #1 record.
Yep.
Out the
That
box.
he did. That he did.
I'm
That
gonna
he
see
did.
him and Mark Gordon. Yeah.
Man, that Gerald is another one who was definitely underrated, and you know what I'm saying, did not get his due, unfortunately, but living legend.
Oh yeah, no question.
Living legend. You guys are still touring and doing whatever it takes now.
Yep.
What's the difference? We know a lot of the differences, but y'all tell me in your own words, what's the difference of doing it now as opposed to back then?
Oh, it's well appreciated now, much more. I'm talking from the fans
in the moment now,
and to the fellas. The fans from the fellas is more appreciated. It's more understood. You can slow down and look at it and appreciate it more instead of just going fast and just going downhill with no brakes the whole damn time. So it's just more for me, for Rodney, it's more appreciated. It's more understood. And I like it more now than ever.
Well, you know how it is when you building it. You can't really enjoy it until after the house is built. You know,
that's true.
So now that we built it, we can appreciate our fan base, our wonderful, beautiful, supportive, loving, caring fans. I mean, we have the Troop has the most. Our fans are just they're crazy in love with us, you know. And
yeah, they love male and female, man. They love us, man.
That's the way it should be.
And we love it back. We love it back.
And y'all got them going crazy in this chat. Shout out to Monique, who also says she's definitely one of y'all biggest supporters as well. Monique,
we love you, Monique.
Thank you, Monique.
See, we making y'all days. We making y'all days today. We making y'all days. So listen, I get that. It's like a second chance, you know. Yeah. Another a chance to do it and do it at a higher level. Do you guys? I mean, when did it come to? Did it ever come to an end or a pause? More or less, because obviously it was. You guys could have still been doing your thing, but what made you say now is the time to release new music and put it back out there and let's hit it now, 2023?
Yeah, because we did take a pause, and like I was saying, everybody got a chance and took the opportunity to live life. You know, I became a really serious songwriter, producer during our off period, got a couple Grammys, writing for other people and stuff like that. So, I mean, it was an enjoyable time to take a break from. We started in 1984 at 14 years old.
Yeah.
So that's a long time for us. It seems like Troop came and went, but it was a long time for us eating together, sleeping together, just everything together. So that break for us was warranted and needed for some of us, and, just the ego has a way of making you think there's other things that your heart desires just as much or will fulfill you just as much. And it just so happens for all of us, when it comes down to it, we like what we do. We like making people happy. We like making new music. And so we just decided that we would just continue to do that in spite of what other endeavors we're involved in. Like all of us have solo projects out right now. So we just make Troop a part of our life's priority as we prioritize in other areas as well. We just make Troop a part of that.
Yeah,
and it's a cool income too, so it's cool.
Hey, can't be mad at that part. We just speak about revenue streams, multiple.
You can't be going and picking up the package yourself, baby.
Listen. Artists don't understand the amount of work it takes and longevity and you may, and I'll say this, you guys may not feel this way. All of you may not, but you guys have managed to stay relevant 40 odd something years.
Well, that's from the music, man. It's the song.
Easy. Yeah.
It's the music. All I do is think of you. That song is still getting played on radio on a daily basis. So that it's because of that, man.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And the longevity part, like you said, you guys went and branched out and did several different things. You're writing for other artists. Alan is doing music. Ronnie's working on his own stuff. You guys went on to do things, and you know, like maybe like saying we're not in the spotlight like we once were. Maybe you don't see us on TV every day, but that don't mean we ain't working. And our true supporters who follow us will know that.
Yeah.
If you follow me, you know what I'm doing.
Right.
If you don't, then I get it. And that's okay too, because we know the world we live in is very fickle.
Yeah.
But you guys are doing your thing. And I want to tell you guys, I want to give you y'all flowers. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Right now, you know what I'm saying? Before you get to Drink Champs and all that, we giving you flowers here right now on the Handsupradio show. They say you do deserve everything that you guys got and what you're getting that's coming your way. And heck, some great calls are going to even come even after this. I know it. You guys do some more big stuff, man. And what I love with BT and the honor shows are doing, you know, one day y'all gonna be on one of those joints. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I'm gonna say, see, I told y'all I was happening, dog. You know, they need to bring back relevant music. You guys music was relevant for then, and it's relevant even now.
Yeah.
That's what I love about the 90s. My playlist is still on that. Praise the Lord. I listen to gospel and I listen to R&B, but it's mostly the old stuff I love because it ain't can't get with this other stuff sometimes. I really can't. And I like some of it. I ain't gonna hold you. I like you said, Lucky Day. Some of these dudes is killing it. You know, I rock with a lot of what's her name? Alex Scott. I like a lot of artists is killing the game. You know what I mean? But I love what you guys have brought and what you guys still bring. What's next for Troop? What's happening now? What are we going? I mean, we're gonna ride this till the wheels fall off. Like, what's happening?
Well, we're doing a biopic. We're doing a film of our life. We got such a great response to the documentary, so we're gonna do our own biopic. We're gonna cast for that. We're gonna find the best Rodney B we can find. We're gonna find the best Alan we can find, best Steve we can find, and we're gonna mentor them into this nice film we're gonna make about our lives. And we're gonna continue to tour. We just started the Back to Life tour. And it started off amazing. So we're just going to continue to grind it out, man, and see what happens, you know.
You know,
we got a great new single. We got a couple new, we got a compilation out called The Baby Makers. We have a compilation out called The Troop, the B-Sides, Troop, the Slow Songs, and our new single, Lady in My Life, our follow-up single, So in Love. All of it's available. Alan has the Quarantine album. I have Stephen Russell Hart's So Random exclusive. Rodney has Let's Ride. So we got a lot of music available, and we're just going to continue to release and try to make people happy.
There you go.
I can't wait to see the biopic. I'm gonna go watch the docu series. Where is that? Where we tell us where we could check that out at as well?
Tubi.
On Tubi.
I'll be watching Tubi too. My homie got a couple of movies on there. I'm definitely going to check it out.
So
I go just type in Troops documentary on Tubi and it's gonna pop up.
What you put in, we have 2 films on there too. We have a film called Day Ones, season 1 and 2, Day Ones with an S, and Tales of a Boy Band, both on Tubi right now.
Let's do it. Y'all go check.
Come on, man.
Go check that out and let's tweet it and let's IG it. Let's put it in our stories because you know that's how everything get out these days. And that biopic, that's gonna be even more major because y'all seen what they did for New Edition, like just gave them a second win. You know, all of these artists that went, you know, because now it gives you get that old fan base, right? Yeah. And then you get the new fan. Now when people understand the struggle, now they connected to you. Like, oh snap, that's what they went through, and blah blah blah. Now we feel more connected, and now you have a whole new fan base. But there ain't one person. I don't care what age. My son knows your music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, heard a song or two. You know what I'm saying? And he's 20. You know what I mean? Wasn't nowhere thought of when y'all was making those records. And definitely heard All I Do Is Think of You, Spread My Wings. Definitely heard those songs. Mama C heard all of them joints by now because it's playing in commercials, it's playing in movies. You know, those songs has done what it's done. You guys are legends. I thank you guys for your contribution to the music, man, to the music industry and the portion thereof. If you could share some things with any inspiring artist that's doing it right now, what is that one thing, all of you can answer this in your own way, what is that one thing you would tell that artist?
Wow.
A new artist?
A new artist, an inspiring artist that's doing it right now. What is something that you would probably talk to that artist and say from your heart?
I would just say, don't forget about how you feel about your dream, and stay consistent with it. You're going to get a lot of people around you that are not going to see your vision.
Yeah.
And so you have to be faithful to yourself.
Wow.
You have to be faithful to yourself.
Wow.
And whoever you're doing business with, that's why I have so much respect for every one of the guys in the group, because it was their faith in the hard work that brought us here and put us in this position now to be able to reach out and ask for what we want, for us to be in a position to write our own check. And so keep moving forward and keep reaching for your goal, and don't be afraid to ask questions and study your craft.
Whew. That's real.
And I would just say to any artist, be true to yourself. Keep yourself very high on your own pedestal. Regardless to who you're dealing with, what you're around. And by putting yourself on your own pedestal, you have the responsibility of thinking correctly, feeling correctly, and on purpose. And, you have the responsibility to follow your craft and be the best at it, be the best that you can be. Honor your contracts, don't sign anything based on money. If you need the money, don't sign the contract. It's safer to go without a few more weeks or a few more days than to sign a contract that's going to damage you in the end. I would rather go without the money, no matter what it seems like you don't have, because you're an illusion when you feel like you don't have it anyway. So to sign something because you think you're gaining something, it's a little tricky. So you got to be on purpose with your decisions as an artist,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what? I like what Stephen Allen said. I really ain't gotta say nothing. No, they covered all of it, man. I want to say what Allen said and what Steve said. No, but with me, I think it's more for me paying attention, slowing the hell down, and listening. And listening is more because there's a lot of things that you're not going to know, and we all know that now. We have to talk about that. We know once you get yourself involved in something and you don't know all the edges and the corners, you're not going to know it until you know it. But one thing that helps you is listening to yourself, mainly yourself, but you got to listen to other people that's talking to you and telling you things that you're not getting at the time. You're not focusing on. But you have to listen, man. You got to listen to what the stories are, what the record companies telling you, what your manager's telling you, what your group is telling you. It's like you're being pulled to listen to this and that, and it's okay. As long as you put it into one bubble and make it yours, listening is good for me, man.
Yo, that's powerful. All of you guys said something paramount and very essential to the growth of an artist, to the development of one's artist in their career. Listen, learn.
Don't stop learning.
learn, and then learn. Make a mistake, but then learn right after the mistake, because that's all a part of. I say there's no. My L's don't stand for losses. It stands for learns. I learned.
Okay.
I learned every time. I took an L. I took a lesson. I took a learn. I learned something in this situation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't take no losses. I only take
nice.
The only L's we got over here is we learning. So and what I did yesterday, if it didn't work, I ain't doing that today. I'm gonna try something else.
Right.
And sometimes I'll say this, I add on to this, I'm gonna be the fourth member of the group. You know what I'm saying there?
Okay.
Just because you try something and it didn't work the first time, maybe it might work the next time, but make sure your intentions are pure and that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. If you know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, like Alan said, you got to believe in you. They don't see it. No, don't.
God did.
Yeah, right. My point exactly. Broke my heart, like Jay-Z. It broke my heart when I found out some people didn't believe. But guess what? I still went on to do what I had to do, right?
We lived that in high school, man.
Listen, I know they looked at y'all when y'all started making it like, wait a minute. Y'all Negroes really went on. I know somebody with a Jerry curl had a chance to be a part. They could have been the fifth member in the back with the Jerry curl, but they didn't. They didn't see the vision.
Yeah, man, that's funny, man. They
didn't see it. They could have had the flat top. Y'all did the flat top, the Gumbies. They didn't see it. You know, they could have been the fifth. They could have been the sixth member, but they didn't see it. They like, nah, dog, what y'all doing, man? Like, nah. And I'm quite sure y'all watched a lot of people with talent. We all know. People with talent that should have went on to do something great, but unfortunately they did not.
Right.
So what you guys just said, I'm blessed by this interview. You know what I'm saying? To see living legends in front of me, to know, oh man, longevity is possible. You can sustain your goals and you can have a future when you do things the right way. And you have a right heart, you have a pure heart, and you just don't quit. You know what I'm saying? That's the part. You can't quit and don't stop believing in yourself.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Don't stop believing in yourself, even when they don't see. Who is they anyway? You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's the question.
Who is they?
They don't believe in us. Like, so what? Do you believe in you? And if you believe in you, what are you willing to do to make sure you get to what you got to get to?
That part.
Hey, the measure of God in your life is the measure of you on yourself.
Woo!
God is going to match how you feel about your damn self.
Wow, we got the preaching Steven in the building. Preaching Steve.
Yes,
we're gonna have to start passing out the collection plate around here, for real. But
he's very anointed. He's anointed. Yeah.
He's anointed and appointed.
He definitely got some wisdom, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I'm proud of you guys, man. That's what I want to say. I'm proud of you guys.
Appreciate that, bro.
I love hearing redemption stories. I love, seeing stories like this where, you like, whatever happened to so and so? Oh, they still here, baby. Check them out. They still doing their thing. You know what I mean? A lot of groups from that era still doing their thing. Because like I was saying to Rodney before we even got on, luckily you guys came in a time where that music will live on forever.
It outlive us. It outlive us.
It's for real. Forever. Come on. You know it's something. My grandfather was a part of the legendary group, the Jive Five. My true story. And they did the Nickelodeon. That's them.
Okay.
Outlives them. That's still I still hear that on TV. They not even the founder members are not even alive anymore. Wow. That group was touring and doing doo-wop. Remember Channel 13 and the doo-wop? They was doing that for 55 years. You know what I'm saying? They did that all the way until they went on home to be with the Lord. So, you know what I'm saying? It's the truth of the matter is Eugene Pitt was the lead singer of that group. Phenomenal singer. Never really, unfortunately, reached his due. But this dude's work is still here, outliving him. And that's what I want to tell artists. You may not reach the plateau of what you may think is your highest plateau, but if you have touched somebody's heart at some point, your music has spoken to somebody. Somebody's like, this song played at my wedding. I was, you know, in y'all case, somebody was making babies to y'all music. Somebody was getting married to your music. And like for me, it's stuck in my childhood. You know what I mean? I remember as a little boy that never leaves us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your music is a stain right there in our lives forever. You know what I'm saying? You guys will live on forever.
Yeah.
No, don't take it for granted. And I know you don't now because I heard y'all talking. That's the thing about the second go round. It's more appreciative now. We appreciate it.
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys are living legends. I want everybody to shout out to them. And if y'all want to book them, I just pinned April Riley's comment in there. She got all the information to book these amazing artists, man. Y'all make sure y'all get them on y'all platforms.
Yep.
Bring them to y'all events. You know, they all they want is $1 million. That's it. Just a little quick little. They ain't nothing for y'all. And a chicken sandwich in the back, and that's all they need. And you know they coming through, and they gonna tear the stage up.
That's all we need.
You guys are traveling with full band or like tracks, like what? Like I know y'all old school. Y'all probably still want that track stuff. I mean, y'all still want the
full band.
Yeah, I don't like to go nowhere without a band. But how y'all doing it these days?
Full band.
I already knew.
Yep.
Full band, crew, everything.
I love it. When's the next show coming?
We were Boys to Men, April 7th. Sacramento. Yeah.
Wow, they're gonna be on with the boys, the true living legends, man. How is that going? The love is all, is all good and everything.
Yeah, lots of love and respect, man. We grown men out here, man.
Y'all came up together.
Everywhere we've been going, we receive a lot of respect and a lot of love.
Wow.
We just did Dayton, Ohio, and it was awesome.
Yeah, sure was.
That's what's up. Before we get y'all out of here, what artists would you say, or artists that have imparted something in you that you would never forget, or gave you some good information, whatever that thing may be to you guys?
Well, I mean,
go ahead,
Al. Steve Harvey. It don't have really nothing to do with music, but we happen to be somewhere, and I had ran into Steve Harvey, and younger, I was having a problem with ingrown hairs, and he told me, he said, man, there's this stuff, man, that you can use, and he told me where to get the stuff. He said it's a little expensive, but it'll clear that up for you, brother, and I got the stuff, and I've been good ever since. And I will always remember, what he told me, because, as black men, sometimes, we get those, but,
Shout out to Steve Harvey for telling us how to get rid of those.
Face to see.
Yo, you gotta love Alan for that one, man. You gotta love Alan for that one. He said, I'm gonna lighten it up a little bit. I'm gonna cause y'all was about to ready to cry. I'm gonna lighten it up a little bit.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
Oh, God.
That is funny, man.
Oh, God.
Well, Michael,
your
Michael Jackson was my inspiration, man. Michael Jackson, Howard Hewitt, Johnny Wilder from Heat Wave, rest in peace. Johnny Taylor, the lead singer of Heat Wave. The Whispers, Luther, Stevie. I got a lot of musical fathers, man. Babyface, Gerald Levert, Chucky Booker. Alan was one of my teachers, so I even had Alan as one of my guys, as my influences. One of the most influential, to be honest. I was around him personally, so I was able to really steal Alan's style and become him and dominate life with him.
That's what's up. Listen, sometimes you ain't got to go outside for what you need.
It's right there.
Right in the house.
It's right in the house.
Hey, listen, that's some true stuff.
But we learned from each other. My whole stage game was because I was challenged because of Steve. So we learn from each other. The journey has been amazing. We want to thank you for having us on your platform, man. You're a gatekeeper. You bring the music to the fans, and we can't do it without you. So
it's my pleasure to have real authenticity on, and real rich talent. And like I said, you guys are Pantheon greats. You guys been doing it when we were just thinking about it. You guys, I'll put it this way, before I could even think about it, you guys was doing it. And you guys paved the way for so many others that came up behind you. The reason why these groups that exist today is because of a troop, because of a new edition, because of Boys to Men. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You guys paved trailblaze, that for these new artists that are doing it. I mean, we don't see groups as much anymore. In R&B, everybody's solo. Right. and I appreciate that era of, we had High Five, and then you had Troop, and then you had this one and that one. Yo, oh my God, H-Town, Jodeci. And I mean, come on. I mean, that was Guy, music at its finest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then later on came the Black Streets and the and the rest is in Drew Hill and all of those guys. Jagged Edge.
We had a good era. Right?
They stand on y'all shoulders, man. They on y'all shoulders. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you guys really, I mean, I think I understand it now. The trails you really blazed. You know what I mean? You have a right.
Yeah.
To say, listen, we started all of this, man. We came from the era that started all of this. We started all of this, man. We were the first one cutting, putting the part in the flat top. We was doing it first. We was doing
it. Yeah.
But you guys are legends, and like I said, man,
thank you, bro.
Thank you guys for taking the time out. But I was speaking more so of, y'all tell me one artist that imparted in y'all that y'all say y'all never forget that message they may have given to y'all.
Well, you know what? I got one. I got one that stuck with me pretty good. I remember I met Roger from Zap.
Wow.
And I was screaming like a little kid, man. Right. He stared at me, and I'm like, oh, he's
so serious.
He ain't playing, man. I just want to meet you. I just want to meet you. And he said, hey, man, don't be tripping off me like that, man. I want you to do one thing, young man. I'm like, okay, well, what's up, man? He said, get your monies.
He said it a few times.
He said, get your monies. And I'm like, well, what is he talking about? I mean, monies. I'm making money. I didn't get it, man. And it stuck with me because later on I understood what he was saying. I understood, man. So Roger really, he said, that stuck with me, man. Get your monies, young man. Quit being so excited and happy about seeing another artist, and you ain't even reached that platinum, that platform yet. Get your money. So Roger, man, rest in peace, bro.
Wow. And Babyface told me one time, he was like, a guy like you who writes great songs, you're always one song away from recovering from anything.
Whoa!
I'll never forget that.
That's real. Repeat that.
You're always one song away. Yeah. He said you're always one song away from recovering from anything.
Wow, that's deep. I'm gonna take that.
Just need inspiration.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take that, Babyface. Thanks for that word. The positive. You guys have been great, and give them y'all social media handles where they could keep up with you guys, and then also you have the official Troop page, and all that as well. Y'all can take that time out to give out those handles.
Yes, official Troop. Official Troop 2023. My personal page is Steven_wrote it, and Facebook Steven Russell Hearts.
Okay.
And mine is basically the same. I say this everywhere I go, the same. Rodney Benford of Troop. You can find on any platform. Trust me, it's so simple, man.
I got a little blurry. I don't know what. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, you clear now. You clear now.
You can find me on Instagram, Alan.McNeil.3. If you just Google Alan McNeil, all my stuff will come up. Make sure you visit 67kings.com. We're into the merchandising now. So yeah, just Google Troop and you'll basically see everything. The official Troop page will come up.
Yep.
It's all there. And don't forget, Lady of My Life is out now. It should be available, what, Steve, in a couple days?
Few more days.
A couple days, you'll be able to get it on your favorite digital platform. We hope you enjoy the record, and
right,
thanks for playing it, fam.
Crazy, man.
Of course, man. We're gonna put it on the Hands Up Radio Show network and station and all that good stuff. And like I said, please go follow these guys. They're doing amazing things. Catch up with them so you can know which show when they come into your city. All of that good stuff for everybody that's in the chat. You can know when they're coming to a city near you, or you could just catch a flight a few doors down and go check them out if they're close to you. Trevone Perry _ on IG. Hands Up. Follow the Hands Up Radio Show page at Hands Up Radio on IG, that is, and Facebook. And yeah, all that good stuff, man. We love y'all. Remember to live in purpose, on purpose, for the purpose God has on your life.